Any Boogie news, Tom? I think he's just dating that girl. I don't really know what else there is to say about that. I mean, it seems to me like Boogie's just hanging out with his 20-year-old girlfriend. I don't really know what they do all day. It's almost over, and that's okay. Is this like about his life?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube?
What is this about?
Coming to July, I was get to the power. Point out to the fact that my content never really evolved. You know, there was the Francis videos originally, and
Wait, true. Who is he responding to here? Is he actually going to try to improve his content
steady
somewhat?
decline in
I doubt it, but maybe he is.
two things: subscriber count and view numbers.
Is Lolcow podcast canceled? Yes, it is canceled. Nicholas the Oreo made a tweet about this, talking about it. I think I was told the story, but I don't think I'm supposed to tell it yet. I don't know if Tommy C's talked about it, but I've been told that, just some went on behind the scenes. And I think they recorded 2 episodes, and they're probably just not going to come out due to some technical issues, I guess you would say. But it's not really my story to tell. You know, it was Keem's project. It was Tommy's project. Rumor! The Lolcow podcast is officially dead. 2 episodes recorded, scrapped, internal struggle, too funny to tweet. Unless something drastically changes, Boogie/Wings and Tommy's podcast is dead before it released. Don't try to guess why I broke up. You won't be able to. Hopefully, we'll tell you soon. I was so hyped for this podcast. I'm definitely upset about the fact that we're not going to get to see that. Definitely makes me pretty mad, man. I was so hyped. I asked for the Legal Eagle vid and XQC. Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll watch that after the Boogie thing. Sorry about that. Legal Eagle XQC. Because I did want to watch that.
And let's just be honest, pretty well deserved. I mean, obviously, a lot of people are going to point towards controversy being the only reason, and that's not the only reason.
That's not it. I think you didn't adapt to the times, you know? I mean, controversy hurts, but if you post through it and make good content or continually trying and you don't let it defeat you, like, you will be fine through controversy. But Boogie never really did that. He never evolved. He was complacent and he was lazy, you know? He found one thing that worked, which was Francis videos, and then like these kind of commentary rants, which are like totally fine. That's fine. Like, I do commentary rants, but the way he was doing it, his opinions, like, they didn't stick up. They didn't really hold up. And for that reason, like, YouTube is a thing you have to consistently evolve at and try to get better at, you know? Like, that is just a thing that you have to do. It's not just like, oh, I'm just gonna like float around and like coast like forever. Like, you can coast a little bit, but eventually you're gonna coast slowly down and down. Your success is gonna, you know, peter out a little bit, and that coasting will become less and less successful. And also, the more you coast, the harder it gets to reinvent yourself. You do have to be someone who's trying your best to make the best content possible, to evolve, and you have to also get out while it's still good. You can't wait until your channel has completely sunset itself and died, and then it's time to reinvent yourself, because at that point you've got a bunch of dead subs, right? It's kind of hard. So realistically, I think you have to constantly be trying to change your content and make it better. And it can be little things. It doesn't have to be like a complete format change, right? It can be little things. One thing I'm incorporating very soon into some of my main channel videos is IRL filming segments where I go and visit the subjects of my videos. I'm shooting a video with Vegan Gains this week, and we're going to be doing a full documentary on him. It's going to be a Turkey Tom video, and mixed in with that is going to be other IRL segments. And I'm shooting another video with another lol cow, weird type person, wink, wink, that's going to be coming out, and I'm going to be, you know, integrating that, like the iDubbbz, Shane Dawson style IRL stuff with those people, so I can integrate that into my content and make it better. And that's something you have to be thinking about. You have to be thinking about how to make the content better, how to improve it, how to set yourself apart. Even when it seems like you're riding high, you know? On paper, if you look at my channel's not dying. I should have no reason to be in fear of it dying. But I'm aware of the fact that, you know, viewers get bored. Viewers get fatigued with the same kind of content over and over, even if it's seemingly consistently successful for a long period of time. And for that reason, I want to improve it. I want to update it. I want to make it better, which is why I'm going to go fly out to meet certain people. Vegan Gains lives relatively close to where I live right now, so I don't have to fly for that one. But like this month, I'm flying out to meet people and interview them and talk about them. Tommy should interview someone less fortunate, show them off to the world, and then ghost them. Is that like an iDubbbz reference to like Airsoft Fatty? I mean, based. Airsoft Fatty's an interesting one. I feel like he's just already been done. But there's a lot of people like that would be good. Like King Cobra JFS is one that I've been thinking about reaching out to. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, but it's kind of tough to just get those under your belt, because a lot of these people are kind of elusive. But I think Cobra would probably do that. You know what I mean? For your channel dying, need that Ohio Riz to revive it. Very true, buddy.
You know, obviously I have been a controversial person over the last few years. If you're unfamiliar with
that's me.
Check out one of the hundreds of YouTubers who've made hour-long essays about it. Also, a lot of people will point out to the fact that my content never really evolved. You know, there was the Francis videos originally, and those did very well, but one day YouTube woke up and decided to punish me for making all of these videos by demonetizing it, pushing them out of the algorithm, and punishing the channel for it. And that's always going to be part of the legacy. I never really learned how to evolve as a creator. I didn't do what every other OG creator did, which is pivot into video essays and hour-long things about about stuff that I'm interested in. I didn't know how to do that. I don't really have a desire to do that. I just wanted to make what I made.
The thing is, like, if you want to be successful, like you need to have that desire. Like, if your desire is just to do the same thing over and over forever, you can do that, but you have to be comfortable with the fact that you're going to be riding your channel and your fame, your career into the sunset. But if what you want is to be continually successful, you have to adapt, you have to change, you have to learn new skills, you have to try new things, you have to work with people, hire contractors, work with talented people around you, get advice, consult other YouTubers. You have to really try. Like, you can't just do the same thing over and over again. And when you experiment, it might not work the first time, but you have to just try again, because that's part of any creative field. Like, you can't just do the same thing over and over again. There are a few people who can and get in a lucky position where they can do the same thing over and over again, but that's rare, okay? We don't get that luck. We don't all get that lucky, okay? We don't all just get to be in the cultural zeitgeist, the perfect person to have like an easy YouTube job, you know? YouTube is relatively easy anyway. It's a relatively easy job. Like, you get to sit in your house and make YouTube videos. So you should at least be trying to do the best you can with that rather than riding it off into the sunset.
Unfortunately, a lot of the content that I chose to make was me just sitting in this room talking about myself and about my situation, because after my divorce, I was a very cynical, angry, bitter person who was obsessed with his emotional health, his mental health, his declining physical health, and my declining finances. And that's pretty much all I talked about for 3 years. I mean,
he's surprisingly self-aware. Boogie has a lot of come-to moments where it's like, can I really trust his take here? Because he's had a lot of epiphanies over the past few years that don't really amount to very much, but if he's being honest, like, for once, if he actually changes his life, good for him. I don't have a ton of faith that he's going to, but that would certainly be a good outcome from this, right? Boogie come to self-reflect, but he does self-reflect often, and then he'll like not act on it whatsoever. Like, he'll have a moment of clarity, and it won't really turn into anything.
For the better part of 3 years, I was doing my best impression of the character Jerry Smith from Rick and Morty, someone who is being intentionally pathetic as a defense mechanism and in the hopes that people would feel sorry for me and help me and take care of me.
This is a sad video.
That just doesn't work. 2022, I did a buttload of therapy, traditional therapy, and in 2023, the beginning of the year, I did something crazy. I got off of all of my antidepressants, and I did some psychedelic therapy, and as I talked about it before, it was a hell of an awakening, becoming...
He recreated the dramatic fat guy splash, I guess? I feel like I've just ignored this tweet. Is that, like, extremely painful? Is it like a reverse belly flop? It must not feel good. Ooh. Oh, he like dived there. It's not a big deal. The Turkey Tom Classic plushie is on sale now. You can get it at tomdark.fun/plush, and it's a great way to support the channel. All right, now to the video. Can any chunguses in chat update me on how painful it is to belly flop when you're obese?
Self-aware
Service tension is
of the
insane.
things that I've said,
True.
the things that I've done, and more importantly, the position that I find myself in now. Since then, a lot of really cool stuff has happened for me. Very notably, the boxing match. You know, I got to go to England. I got to get into better shape. I got my ass handed to me, but I still got paid to do it, and it did reflect in my YouTube numbers for a short period of time. The numbers were up. Also, over the summer, I got to travel and go to a bunch of conventions and get paid to do it. I got to work with my friend Michael, kid behind a camera, and hang out with him for a while. And I think the most
people hate Kid Behind a Camera for some reason. I can't remember why. Something about his dead grandpa, like angry grandpa, like something about that. I know, was it Boogie had an interview with him where he didn't properly address controversies or something? And there was like some issue with that. His channel's doing decent, actually. I mean, he's averaging like decently over 100K. Why is her butt just in the thumbnail? This was the angry grandpa channel, right, though? Like the angry, yeah, this guy. This is like
caramel apple.
I love caramel apple.
OG
I know you
YouTube
do, so I
stuff.
brought.
Give me a of apple.
Well, damn
Is it
it.
potato?
What the hell, man? How you supposed to... Hey.
God.
These are staged, right?
Oh my God.
My goddamn teeth are in my.
So what the hell, man? How you supposed to eat?
Yeah, this is clearly staged, right? Right? Grandpa Riz. This was this channel's whole thing, though, right? The angry grandpa stuff. It was kind of like the Boogie shtick, but instead of like an obese gamer who drinks Mountain Dew, like neckbeard, fedora wearing guy, it was like this angry grandpa guy.
Everybody.
Like the bit.
That's nice.
You call him Pop.
Teeth.
Yep, your birthday comes up on the 16th. Dad's birthday is coming up October 16th. So if you guys want to, last year you guys were wondering how you can send him letters and stuff like that. So the P.O. box is below.
People have such a crazy way of talking. Am I this weird? Maybe I am this weird. I just don't know it.
A girl that I've been talking to for a while, and I decided to make it official. And she's been living with me for the last 3 months, and we've been pretty damn glad that worked out. In fact, I've noticed something over the last 6 months. The healthier I become mentally, the more sane, the less provocative, the harder I work on my content and try to make it interesting or something I'm passionate about, the happier I am in my personal life, the worse I'm doing on YouTube. There is a very steady decline that continues with all of this. In fact, I think you could say it's just the momentum from people.
Really? Because I thought he was saying that him expressing his problems and being depressed all the time was part of why the content was bad, because he was just like doing nothing but whining and being depressive online. And like every video was about like his situation. Really? He's saying the happier he is in real life, the worse his content gets?
People being sick of my for years, you could say that, but that momentum really picked up. Now, the good side of this is, positively, there's still this group of people, 10,000, 12,000, 20,000 people who still watch almost everything I do. And I'm so grateful for that. I think it's a blessed miracle that through...
We'll give this video a like. I hope Boogie gets better. Just hit the gym, bro. I mean, that's what I told him in my interview, right? Turkey Tom Boogie interview.
What's up, guy?
I try to tell him that, but he has a hard time, like, having personal responsibility.
Every once in a while, still on my comment.
Said that you got extremely lucky and that you hadn't cashed out yet, and that you were gonna wait a little longer, but that you would be able to retire.
Yeah, which was, like I said, $700,000, which was enough, I thought, to live the rest of my life on, because the prospect of me living another 10 years seemed really slim.
Well, even regardless of that, 700,000, you know, like you said, after taxes,
$500,000,
yeah. But still, that's amazing. And then
it's a tremendous amount of money,
and you could have cashed out then. But you have.
And I had my.
It was sucks. Fallacy.
Well, and on top of that, you know what sucks so bad about it? I had myself convinced that wasn't enough money. Like I would cut my left nut off right now and eat it to have $500,000 right now. There's nothing I wouldn't do to get $500,000 right now.
I almost don't believe the $500,000 thing. I can't tell.
He edited
lies
and
so
posted,
much. It's hard
and
for me to
then
tell what's real and what's not with this guy.
And maybe not. I would not say.
You accuse me of doing something I didn't do, and on the other hand, you say, well, even if you did do that, I don't blame you.
So here's my point of view. Let's take somebody like Sean Hannity, or who's the other guy that just recently got fired from Fox News, Tucker. Yeah, like Tucker, all he does is ask questions, but they're very leading questions.
You get the idea of the interview there, but yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting interview, but it was very frustrating. The heavy sighs from Tom were so palpable at the start, could audibly hear him bracing for the avalanche of self-absorbed pity and deflection. 20 minutes in and Boogie's already hit every single Boogieism that's been documented. This is truly a nightmare to listen to. Boogie, you should be arrested or at least fined for misgendering. Also, Boogie, I'm a libertarian. Weaponizing welfare checks is the same as swatting. This dude's absolutely unreal. I love how Tom, listen, a little bit of glazing.
As my content can be, as controversial of a person as I can be, I've still got these people as my ride or dies. They got my back. They're rooting for me, and they want to see me get my together. But I'm at a point now where, after trying really hard this summer, I think I'm comfortable just admitting to myself and admitting to my fans and admitting to the people that have ever watched me here on YouTube that the dream is over. This will never be a full-time job again. That sucks. It is what it is. But I it up, and that's okay. Life moves on. This was what I was so afraid of.
Is he gonna get a job? Do you guys think Boogie's gonna get a job? Has he said anything about getting a job or working to get a job? Ugh, I hate that I feel bad for this guy, because I know he it up, but I don't know. I still feel bad for people when they their life up. I don't know. Even if they even if they deserve it. How do people feel about this interview on his channel? I don't agree with everything Thomas said either, but the biggest thing I take away from this interview is Boogie thinking he has worse problems than everyone else because he doesn't know about theirs. Nobody dealt with all the things you've had to, Boogie, but at the same time, you can't relate to the problems others have had/are dealing with. If I told you about things that went on in my life, you feel bad for me and say I'm doing a hell of a job to get where I am today. Same goes for most others. But if I told you over and over my issues, you'd lose interest and be annoyed with me. Everyone has pain, Boogie. Keep that in mind. Interesting.
When I made that desperate I need your help video a year ago, when I was basically begging people to watch my videos, and I talked about the big plans that I had, and I made a lot of those plans come true. I'm actually really excited about that, but the reality that I was afraid of is the reality.
Tom, this is just a shtick all the time. All he does is self-loathe. Yeah, I know. Obviously, I know.
I'm living in now, and I'm here
to self-delete soon. I don't think he is. I mean, he seems like he has something to live for. Like he has his girl or whatever. I doubt he's gonna do that.
Say to you, I'm here to say to myself, I'm here to say to 2022 Boogie, you think you can't handle it? you can. It's not as bad as you were afraid of. I can tell you for a fact, were it not for the traditional therapy combined with the
Is he
psychedelic...
in debt? Does anyone know if he's in debt? What's up, Big Harv? You got a new girl? Dude, you didn't see this? Yeah, he has a girlfriend, and she's like my age. She's like 20. Boogie 298 girlfriend. Yeah, there you go. Boogie and his young girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend. Ask me my girlfriend anything.
Photos you've sent me have been that horrible drone. You're cursed by like MySpace, okay?
Right.
This is how we took us. Said, hey Boogie, do you think she'll buy you a Tesla? Right, because you will crush her.
My dad. I'm not going to talk about his sex life.
What is their relationship? Is it just like trauma bonding or something? When Boogie and his GF walk together, they look the number 10. Oh, because she's a 1 and he's a 0. I get it.
Psychedelic therapy. Right now, I would be scared shitless. And I am still a little bit scared. I won't lie. But for the most part, I'm just excited to see how all this plays out. I'm just excited to see how this unfolds. I don't know. This is the challenge I've presented for myself, so let's see how we figure it out. But here comes the e-begging part of the video. I know that's how the internet's going to take it. But if you go down to the description box below, you're going to see a link to my Whatnot store. That's an app where I'll be selling off my Magic the Gathering collection. You can buy the cards I've owned over the last 30 years. I'll sign cards for you. You can buy other collectibles that I own as well if you want to help out and you want to own a piece of
I think it's because he's round. Yeah.
Boogie history or magic history or some other thing. While you're down there, there's also going to be a link to my merch store. There's going to be a link to a sponsor. And
she's the 1, he's the 0. Is that not what I said? Or did I say she's the 1, he's the 10? I don't know what I said, but yeah.
if you're feeling
yes,
extremely generous and you just want to give maybe a buck or 2,
8 inches long, 3 inches wide, black.
you can always check out channel memberships. And if you don't want to do any of that,
Look, at least he seems optimistic. He's not really e-begging. He's actually selling things, which is good. So honestly, I'm kind of optimistic about the direction of this dude. I hope that he genuinely changes. I've seen him just be his frustrating self for years and years. They talked about this a little bit on the official podcast. I think Jackson was talking about just how frustrating it is to hear this guy talk about his problems. But I hope that he fixes everything. I hope that he gets over it. I don't think Boogie's like evil. He's just more like he's more pathetic and sad. So I hope he fixes things. I hope he finds happiness and prosperity, however that looks. And if he actually gets a real job and he can like contribute to society somewhat rather than being like a dying channel on YouTube, like good for him, bro. I would love to see that. I'm curious what kind of job he could get. He was talking for a while about how nobody would employ him because he's obese or like disabled or whatever. Like that makes him disabled. But yeah, these locals never learn. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful that one of them can. I'm trying my best to be hopeful that one of them can. Wait, he said in the video he was going to be getting a job. I thought like YouTube would never be his full-time job. I mean, I am disabled and a felon. So like back on disability if it ever comes to that. For now, let's have fun reselling on Whatnot. So he's just selling his old stuff. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm not going to be streaming, I don't think, this week until probably Thursday. I'll probably stream before I have to go to Tennessee to attend the wedding. So I'm probably not going to be streaming this week because I'm shooting with Vegan Gains as well this week. So I'm just going to be busy overall making videos. But hope you enjoyed the stream. Appreciate everyone who's been watching. What's up, Rocky Stream? What's up, Brandon? Take Sojak selfies with Linda Goon. I just might. But yeah, and there will be other content soon and a Turkey Tom main channel video this week about John Zerka. So it's coming. What about your last stream? You gonna get it back? Yeah, I just had to edit out the copyrighted content, but it's going up. It's just it was a copyright issue. But yeah, it's gonna be the original VOD's gonna be back on YouTube. I use YouTube Editor to trim it out. But yeah, thanks for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Go kiss your family. Go hug your mom. And if you liked this video, consider becoming a member. For $5 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts, unreleased videos, and the members-only Minecraft server. Thanks so much to all of my YouTube members who fund my content.